So all the cracks in this butterscotch clear are all filled in. I got 2-part epoxy, just supposed to dry clear, no, supposed to dry amber, and it ended up drying clear. So I figured the amber would have been the same color as this, but it ended up drying clear instead of amber like the label said. So at least the cracks are all filled. So this is all one solid piece again. No more cracks, in other words. Same thing with this side. There is just one major crack right here that I filled in. And then the structure piece, I don't know what you really call this part, the actual steering wheel part. Those had a lot of cracks in here, going down to this side, cracks right here. You can kind of see that it's filled in there. On each side, on each corner, it was filled in. So it's all solid now, all fixed, no more cracks. And then I repainted whatever you call this part of the steering wheel, the ivy green. No, ivy gold. I used ivy gold. The same thing I used for my armrests. Same spray paint I used, and then I just painted the inserts of that to match. Now the original color of that, when I got it, I'll show you right here, was a black insert, but I didn't like the black insert. I thought that was kind of cheap, so I painted it the same color as this, and I'm waiting for it to dry. And then the centerpiece, I got the original 1965 center piece with the emblem in the middle. I'm gonna try and see if the 68 centerpiece fits into the 65 bezel and see if that works. Well, here's a 68 center steering wheel horn piece. Here's the emblem that came with the car. You see right there next to the V, there is a chip in this glass right here. I do like that it says it's energy absorbing down here, and this being the 65 doesn't say anything, but the glass is in better condition. I mean, this Pontiac symbol looks way cooler than this, only because it's see-through and it's hovering. It's just hovering in there. And then looking at this, I don't know if that would fit in this at all, but I'm kind of liking the way this looks. I wish it was a lighter green like this color for this one, but at the same time, this doesn't look that bad. I think I only paid 20 bucks for this, if that. It might have been 15 bucks. So I can't be mad at the quality. It's in pretty good shape. And this, with this oxidized silver, that doesn't look good at all. So I think I'm just gonna keep this. I like this better than this. But let's see what it all looks like together. So here she is all put together. Obviously it's not screwed in, but this is how she'll sit. Got the emblem, the steering wheel. I think, and this is my opinion, these center pieces that I painted to match the outside and have the butterscotch look, looks really good. That's my opinion. Now, all you out there that are purists probably don't think it looks good, and that's fine. I mean, it's whatever. But overall, I think I paid a total for the whole steering wheel. Like, I paid separately for the steering wheel, and then I had to pay for the center bars or the horn piece separate, and then the center part separate. So 3 separate transactions. I think I paid, honestly, a total of maybe $200 for the whole steering wheel. And to find this steering wheel with the butterscotch in the condition that I got it was the best I could find on the internet. I couldn't find a better one in this color. I needed it to have a butterscotch look instead of like a dark green. I know they came in dark green as well for the dark green Bonnevilles and whatnot. So with a little bit of fixing up and then buying all the pieces separate, I think this is a pretty good outcome. But like I said, that's my opinion. You guys can have your own opinions. Now I just got to get the existing steering wheel off, which looks like this, and then attach this one. I've got to figure out the horn situation, because the horn on the 68, as you can see, has these little tabs on either side of the steering wheel and in the blades that use it to honk. So I got to figure out how I can get them to work on this steering wheel. But anyways, that's an update on the steering wheel. I've got it as done as I'm gonna get it before it gets on the actual car. So stay tuned for the next update when I have it on the actual car. Oh, just a quick update to end this video properly. You've noticed I said it's a 68 Pontiac that the steering wheel is going on, and that's a 64 to 65, maybe even a 66 steering wheel that I'm putting on it. In order to get that butterscotch on the top in that condition, that was the only steering wheel I could find that even had it. Most of the 68s I've looked at, there weren't any of that butterscotch that was any good to even try to save. Most of it was brittle, fell off, or you just have that that ring, that's, I don't know, that silver ring, steel ring that butterscotch molds onto, I guess. And I wanted to have that butterscotch look. I think that look is super cool, and that 65 steering wheel was the best one on the internet I can find to buy. So that's why I chose a 65. Now, a lot of you were saying, why didn't you find a 68? Well, 68s were in horrible condition. The best version of a 68 steering wheel I could find was a solid black one in pristine condition. And my interior is ivy gold and ivy green. So it wouldn't make any sense to have that one piece of the interior black while the rest of it is in the green colors. So that's a little PSA for the end of this video. That's why I chose a 65 over a 68. Plus, I actually do like the 65 way better than the 68. The 68 doesn't have a butterscotch at the bottom of the ring of the steering wheel. Only the 64, 5, and 66 has that. And I think that adds just a little bit more of maybe a slight custom look. And that's kind of what I'm going for, is a somewhat mid-custom look to the car. So that's to end up the video. That's to explain why a 65 steering wheel is going on a 68 Pontiac. So stay tuned until I get that steering wheel on the car. Later.